What's up, everybody? Welcome to Mystics MMOs. I'm your host, Mystic Raven. Alright, I've got to get some skill points. I'm going to queue as a DPS. I just want you guys to see this. This is pretty badass. I still need to transmute 2 items. I need to transmute this ring to infused. And keep that in mind. Before the major brutality buff or pot, 4-2. Drink, go in, 4-9. Once I infuse, it'll be over 5. Add the procs from the weapons for the weapon. About this. I can't mount right now. I have no idea why. Okay, there we go. Now I can mount. Weird game delay. I gotta go get skill points, and then I'm gonna pick up also zone dailies. Do those while I'll queue. Now, I'm going to take up that random too, just in case it ends up being a daily. Just in case. And then I'm going to, fly around, get some skill points in Somerset, go get those dailies. Then I'll fly around, whatever. I just want to be on whatever. I do my tanks and healers randoms. I was able to get his other...
Fight those monsters.
No, I'm not really worried about it right now, dude. Whatever. The island sprung a leak. Okay. Sure. So... I can take this dude into delves and stuff too, which will be nice. I'm just tickled, so pink. I'm like, oh my god, he is awesome. He's delicious. Get off me, bat. I hate how you have to sometimes go around and up. Okay, there's a delve over here. In the right direction. We'll get it. We'll get it. Putting in a lot, man. Oh, mountain flower, man. I want to harvest, but... And I will. I have to do it one day. So...
I knew I shouldn't have let her go in.
I'm not doing the quest. Forget that.
The Father has sealed this place, mortals flee!
I'm not trying to spend all this time. In and out, in and out. I need quite a bit of skill points. Got to get all of his crafting up and everything else. There's some passives. Cool, great. Peace, dude. He's gonna be yummy. Oh my gosh. I'm so pumped. I am so stoked. Hope you guys are enjoying the festival. Make sure you bank that XP. It's really going to make a difference when you're enlightened. I'll be honest with you. You're not going to see some crazy stuff as you're going whatever. But when you're enlightened, man, it flows so good. Castle Thorn. I gotta leave in about 40, 45, 50 minutes. I figured I'd do a quick stream because I've got to do dinner. Oh, another skill point. Excellent. Now I do have an assassin ability to take advantage of the passive.
Seems fairly quiet here.
It will
so
carry
far,
over.
You're not misleading me, are you?
I swear, what I told you is true. I see no need for this distrust between us.
Showing me a
Doug.
spooky castle proves nothing, Talfig. Get us inside without drawing attention. Then I'll decide how to feel about you.
Then maybe we could move faster?
Okay,
Well,
great,
settled.
excellent.
All right, that should draw the patrols. Now show me the secret door.
Yes, this way. And step quietly.
At least I'll be able to do the vets and whatever. There's one set in here that's ridiculous with bleeds. 2 sets.
Wait.
It is laggy. Oh. Been a couple hiccups.
Uninvited guests in my home. Please forgive my hospitality. I have not entertained since.
Let us be clear about this. I thought I heard a bit of a scuffle up here.
Honestly, I'm surprised to see you again. I thought the guard dog would make short work.
You should be pleased. No need to fear with us around.
brought me a
Well, this is my
daughter of
second time
Olympus
only in
as
here.
requested. She will complement our Lord's army well.
What is this? Damn it, Talfig! What have you done?
Blood flows strong, Gwendis. My lady has need of you, but she has no use for the others.
No! You won't get away so easily! You can handle this. I refuse to let him win.
Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Dude. You're dead. How does the tank just... Dude, I can't move this bastard. Thank you. I'd like to res today. Start healing and oh my gosh. Just go, dude.
Got away. He moved so fast. Just caught me by surprise.
I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta res these people. Come on, come on, let's go. I think we aggroed something. To make all these shortcuts. Might have no choice, dude.
I shall receive my ladies. Light it!
Such power. Perhaps I should not let my pets tear you limb from limb. Vardarov can take your soul instead.
Cool. You can definitely take it.
Overlook.
Yeah, this stuff is just
I
gross.
think I know where to find
These
Martha.
sets are
Push onto
nasty.
the cathedral while I search for clues here.
It's a PvP nightmare. Lagged. I can't tell if it's my net. Yo, Ross, what's up? Sorry. My internet just lagged out. I'll check out the comments in a minute. I'll tell you what. This deadly cloak helps in these AoEs too. Oh boy. Dude's high stepping down. It's like, oh, I'm high stepping past. Boom, 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 boom.
New subjects studied. How dare you reject Lady Dawn's offer? Look, tremble before the power you might have wielded.
Well, this explains some things. What have you become, Talbot? No running away this time, monster!
Rise and feast. Come to me. Shatter these fools. Rise up and drive them to dust.
I'll hold him as long as I can.
Break free and crush these bugs.
Glad to be rid of that worm. He deserved worse. The cathedral is too far.
Increased spell damage by 350. Increased damage taken from flame. In Fighters Guild abilities by 10%. What? No spank you. I don't think so there, buds. Damn. I can't wait to put this bitch in vets. Just start annihilating. I can't wait to get... Oh, man. I'm just going to have a heyday.
Slash and tear. Stab and rip.
Circle around.
It's a little laggy. Didn't even get to do a heavy attack. It's bullshit.
We shall leave you. Torch it! From the side!
Found what remains of the prisoners. Such brutality. Wait. Look at all these documents. There's information here about Lady Thorne and the Grey Host. I need to study this.
Absolute gall! Little people coming into my home and destroying my creations! You will pay. Try not to die too quickly. Your struggle gets tastier by the second. Enough playtime. I thirst for blood. Now witness the fury of blood. Let me feast on your terror.
Gotta look out for that blood stuff to throw.
Step into my domain. Come to me, morsel. I hunger for more. Embrace the pain. Scratch. Every cut, the power in your veins fills the air. This release the power within your blood. Let the feast begin.
Food buff just wore off.
Suck, my lord. Will.
It's over. The ancient plan of Lady Thorne is no more. Good riddance. I need to speak with
Good
what I found in
riddance.
those documents. An undead arm. My next step is contacting House Ravenwatch. The documents we found describe Lady Thorne's plan in significance. She wanted to find a way to...
And we got our skill point to morph our caltrops. Yay. right, let me check out the comment. So is your brutal blade done yet? No, I'm still working the undaunted on him. So I'm trying to get his undaunted. Once his undaunted's done, we infuse his ring and whatever, he'll be done, yeah. Then he'll be done. I'm gonna check inventory. It's cutting it kind of close. See if I can sell anything. 1 second.
Anything I can do?
Yeah, I need to sell a bunch of stuff. If I can get it down just a little bit, we should be good. I was crafting a lot today. We should be good with that. Okay. So we got Arcs, Wayrest 2, and Frost. I've only been in Frost once. So I actually get it down, do it on normal. Alright, gotta go up here, get the Sky Shard. I'm trying to remember, okay, is it right here or around? I think it's around. Yeah. Is this King's Pass? Probably is. Yep. I was about to say, wait a minute. I think this is King's Pass. At least I got the way shard first. Okay. I'm trying to remember, because like I literally can't see the Sky Shard on here. I'm not taking the quest.
A wanderer. Just the person I need to speak with.
I don't think so there, bud. I think, yeah, I have to go in here. Yep. I'm glad he's aggroing them. Now, if you want to go on the other side of Somerset, you just continue down that path. Congratulations. I'm out. $9.70. Whoosh. Just think about a month ago when I first came back, I was only at $8.30. We did it. We came back out of it okay, right? Well, on my PS, I'm okay. I'm fine on PS. And if I do stay, I will be going back to the PS. It's just kind of nice that I have both these platforms. And who knows, if I get a nice little comfy zone, maybe I'll continue to level on the Xbox. I do like to play with my viewers. I do. I hate this one. I have to climb some stuff. This one was a little bit of a pain, I'm not gonna lie. Yep. I gotta go up and around and then back on through this thing. I'm not trying to mess with all of you. Yep. Right there's the bridge. And there's a turn up around here. I just did this recently too, I think. No, leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Shit. Okay, and then of course the Way Shrine. Which is, I think I can go down around this way. Right? Gotta be careful for terrain, man. Stuff will kill you. Alright, next we're going to come back. We'll head south, grab that, then come back, grab those dailies, boom, boom, boom.
I think the island sprung a leak. Run!
Yeah, I know. It's terrible. It's awful. I feel totally bad for the entire island. Oh my. Telling you, Zoss should think about making add-ons for consoles. They'd make a killing. Optional add-ons. Forget selling Sky Shards when you can actually just go ahead and sell the add-on. Oh, cool. So that's Frostfall. That's what that one's going to be. Yo, Adolf, what do you think of Zynode's Mage Blade build? Just released the same old build with 100% crit. I would never go 100% on anything. But the passives will always carry you up. So I'm 63. And with my bonus, that'll take me up to over 70. but it's Zai's build. So I haven't seen it. If Zai likes the build, then Zai likes the build. If people like the build, they like the build. There's a diminishing returns is always going to affect damage output though. Anytime you ever you stack and everything, yes, you'll crit 100% of the time. That's no lie, no doubt. And that will affect the DPS. I imagine he maximized it, so I have no doubt about Zai's skills. None. So don't pit me against my boy. It's just the fact of it is, anytime you stack anything over a certain amount, a diminishing value will apply. That's the only thing. That's why I never go that high. 60 has always been my sweet spot in any MMO because of the law of diminishing return.
I have to.
I never go up because of those diminishing values. It's not worth it for me. I always, well, in the passives, like the Mage Blade on the passive, you can't control. I mean, it's when you activate abilities. But like I said, I know my boy. He probably set it up, everything all good. So he probably took that into consideration, tested it out, and was like, you know what? It's, you know, the way I've got this set up is marginally better for the value that I'm going to lose from the base. I imagine so. So yeah, you know, I don't question Zai's skill. Some people I do question. Zai, not one of them. He's very aware of diminishing returns. You ask him though, say, hey, will diminishing returns affect base damage? And he'll like that, and I guarantee you, he'll say that was taken into account when I did the test. On Trove, it's different because of the gem system, right? Like, a lot of times, I don't watch a lot of people's builds. Because unless there's something that's similar, like, I'll always Google up something, sets that are, builds that are using set builds that I'm thinking of. I do my own math, and then I run ad against, like, the meta. One of the, like, when I'm on test, and I make mine accessible, and usually, you know, try to keep it, you know, within a certain range. Sometimes mine will do better, sometimes, you know, not so much. Maybe it depends. Whoa, how is that? Great, you lost us the healer. You lost us the healer.
Sorry, Landau. We tried it your way. I'm not freezing to death out here over goblin diplomacy.
This one thinks the goblins aren't interested in what you have to say.
Tess, you're gonna get us all smoked. Dude! Oh boy. We'll be fine. Like anytime I activate, my crit values go up anyways. And any blade ability. So you get that bonus. I'm sure he went over that. You use a crit set, you can use different crit sets, especially for scaling and all of that. So, like I said, I don't question my boy's ability whatsoever. I never question my boy's ability. And And I don't question the fact that, you know, if you asked him, he would always go over it. Nope. You might want to start reses. Your DPS is dead. And now the healer's going to die. Interrupt! Jesus.
Seem to scare them off for now. Quick, get inside. Fine.
Wait,
Repulsive move now.
aren't these places usually
The
trapped?
Ratstone must be there.
For a certain I don't go for hardcore numbers. I always pay attention to numbers. That's kind of my thing. But I'm very aware of diminishing return. And there are ways to whatever, but anytime you raise critical values, right, you're always going to take away somewhere from a base stat. That's just math. There's no way around it. There's just no way around it. That's why I don't fuck with it. I stay to a sweet spot. I've had over 70, but at some point or another, around 60 has always been my sweet spot. I try to stay around 60, you know, if I can justify it. That's what I'm saying. I imagine Zai's build, if I go look, has some scaling system taking into effect the passives. And, because I just know Zai. Zai's very picky about numbers too, so he's not going to compromise a DPS drop if it's not controlled, or you know, or if it was marginal. So
Oh my, that was detailed. Or you can just kill it. Think your range about it.
got him.
Are we just going to kill everything we come across? I came here to study goblins, not slaughter them.
If you want to run on ahead and make a peace offering, be our guest.
Let's just take the soul gem and go.
Hold your horses. The right from the spear. You go ahead. Catch up on your spear.
What the hell? I know. I'm coming. I'm aware of the mechanic. Oh shit. That one hurt. Heal, dude, heal. You bitch. No, you. Oh! Yeah, I just definitely don't want people to set me against my boy because they know my numbers.
There it goes again.
How I'm finicky about numbers. Are we dragging him or not? Whoa. But I know Zai, he's taking that in consideration. I know it. I always do. So he's figured out a way to do it on that class. But you'll notice one thing, he won't do that with every class. He won't. And that's why I always respect Zai versus everybody. Like, this dude's not going to have 100% crit. I don't want him to have 100% crit. He's already pushing up back past 65 with the when he activates his other thing, and I want to bring it down. I want to bring up his base damage a lot more. So when he crits, it hits like a flipping freight train. I'm running a lot of AoEs, man. I can't just... Nice. I don't know what if everybody's just looking for something or something. I have no idea. Oh shit balls. Like right there, I did a 26k spin. That's gonna get higher. By the time I'm buffed and everything, that bitch will be hitting around 30. And that's an AoE.
Anything in all this mess.
Got him.
Trust the rat, goblin hugger. There! Let's get these back to the fire.
We have your conveyors. But we keep murdering every goblin in this place.
Enough, Landau. You had your chance.
You're almost done. Oh, my pie's about to wear off. Eat more pie. Eat that pie, Mystic.
I'd like to see the likes of Naramo do that. Seems that Wemmer didn't leave the Ratstone unguarded. Not surprising. I trust you can tell. Of course it wouldn't be that. Get ready.
Don't stack.
Disabling them is too complex. You'll need to operate them manually. I'll guide you through it. There!
Look for an active magical condenser to tap into. It'll be coursing with power. Hard to miss.
Okay. He's going that way. He went that way. I'm still been trying to figure this one out. Okay, did we dismantle it? Or not? I can't tell. Okay. Is it disabled? I can't tell. See, this thing confuses me. I see the lights. I see the charge. So you're supposed to charge up. and it leads you to them. Okay. Well, I'm trying to figure this out. Okay. They've got that one out. Okay, so there's an ultimate. Okay, I got it. I think I do. Okay, that one's out. I get it. I'm like, what the hell, man? So you gotta literally, like, use the abilities and absorb it. Okay. See? Okay, got it. I'm getting flashbacks of something. Dude. Oh no. pretty nice. Whatever.
Finally, a Wrathstone. Not what I expected.
Hardly looks dwarven to me.
That's because the Dwemer study it, obviously.
It seems
And
like
we got
a bit
another
is
skill
missing.
point.
Yes,
Yay.
it does. And
Woof. I tried one heavy, like you said, with Shadow Munda, 63% crit. Right. Was just curious because I do like his builds, and 100% is a lot. If you like his builds, roll with them. His builds are great. Actually, if you like his builds, I've always recommended going to Zai. I have never turned away anybody from going to Zai. Never. Zai knows what he's doing. You know, he does. And he's always going to make sure that when he puts out a build, he takes into consideration all accounts. All of it. Me and Zai, we've never had any... We have a similarity that we do not build every class the same. We know that. You know, they might have the same base set. Secondary sets are different. We take into effect the diminishing values. And that's where our kindred spirit lies. But we have different approaches when it comes to different things. Regardless, he gets content done. And I always tell people, if you want a man who isn't going to drive you to the meta and who's going to, break up that meta and still deliver excellent builds, I always recommend Zai. Always, man. Because that's the number one thing. He does not try to do what the meta players do and shove everything into one can and say, this is what you roll with no matter what. But the class is going to suck because it doesn't, it's not as strong as this class. No, they just didn't know how to build it. And Zai always takes these variables into consideration. So I always tell people, man, Zai's solid. Zai is a solid player. He always, I guarantee you that build, I haven't seen it. I'll guarantee you it takes in consideration the passive, the pot, and the effect of the sets. What's going on. Like, I know Zai isn't going to sack so much base damage not to justify it. Because let me tell you something. I could literally stack, like on this dude. I could stack everything crit. But I'm going to hit like shit. Right? That's a fact. Okay? Right now, on that side, I have 50. I'm stacking weapon damage on this. On this side, 61. When I affect my bow, that goes up to 71. Right? I'm aware of it. I'm already aware of the crit multiplier by activating. It carries over to the next bar. I only need one ability. But I don't want to sacrifice enough base damage. That's the thing. I can't sacrifice pen either. I have to keep a penetrating value. I've got to keep a base damage. Now, you don't need weapon damage. You could scale it all stam or vice versa. But, so that doesn't matter how you scale damage. That's preference. Or you can do what I do and kind of go both and then drop stam because you're scaling the weapon damage. There's different ways to apply that. The biggest thing about this is, when you, like, if I was to, let's say, like I'm using daggers, right? And that's applying a critical modifier. But I could go with precise trait, right? Divine them all, go 7, medium, do all of that, not even think about the sets, right? And I can go all critical. But guess what I'm losing? A base value somewhere. And I know that's not what he's doing. I know he's not doing that. I know he's not. Because at that point, the diminishing value would supersede itself and you'd be hitting like a wet noodle. you'd be critting all the time, but you wouldn't be, you know, hitting as hard on your crits, because critical damage declines because your base values declined. That's a fact. That's math. And I know Zai doesn't do that. So if Zai's got 100% crit, it's because he's taken into consideration the difference of the value and the set. I know, I haven't seen it. I know my boy did not just put overload crit. I know he didn't. I know he did not. There's always a trick up his sleeve. I know for a fact. Some people would try to do that, and that would be a terrible mistake, but not Zai. I know he wouldn't. I already know. I don't think so. Get off me. Is this a dead end? Oh shit. There's a way around here and I forget how to do it. But no, his builds are always good. Always. The man knows what he's doing, believe it. Ain't nobody ever gonna pit me against my boy. Shit. Well, how the hell? Please stop. I keep coming back to this stupid courtyard. This one drives me nuts. Okay. Did it. Okay. No. It's got to be up through here. I'm just missing it. Okay. There we go. All right. Okay, the boss is coming up, but... Double boots. Okay. Whatever. Maybe up this way now? God, I hope. You know what? Just frig it. I'll figure it out later. I gotta go get some dinner. Yo, saying later, what's up? Dude, trust me when I say the 100% crit build he is pushing is garbage. I haven't seen it. Oh, wow, that is crazy. Was the person drunk or something? Yep, he was drunk. Yeah, that was crazy, Ross. It was nuts. You know, like I said, I mean, I'm just aware. I haven't seen it. I haven't. I just have not seen it. You know, I mean, passives matter, you know, always. So, I mean, and I know he's taking that consideration. I know. Like, here's the deal with, I put relentless focus on, right? Because of the passive. It increases my crit when an ability is slotted. But here's the deal. Right? It says, with an assassination ability slot, increase critical damage by 10%. All of my critical damage is going to get applied. But look at the second part. Dealing critical damage grants you and your group minor savagery, increasing your weapon critical rating by 13-14 for 20 seconds. Right? So you get major and minor. So I already have major. I'll pick up the minor just from activating. Right? Oh, let me find something. Whatever. See, that goes up 56. Back bar. Now I'm at 67. You see what I'm saying? It carries over. That's why that's on this bar. My AoEs, when they crit, when I put the major, I'll get the minor, right? So it'll go up to almost 70. Almost. You know? That's why I wanted to stack the weapon damage. When I proc it up, I'll get around about 6k weapon damage. And by the time I get Undaunted, I'll be at 62. Add the Master Bow single target, effect. This bitch is going to just annihilate everything. Now, I am dealing a lot less than my Mage Blade when it comes to its effect versus the magical one. So, my relentless focus on my stamps, dealing less than my magic conversion on my Mage Blade because he's static. He deals about 50k on this bitch. Right? When I'm done, it'll push around 30 on this. So, it's a 20k difference. But here's the deal. My primary bar is where I'm dealing the most damage. So that's what's taken in consideration. Currently, my deadly cloak is at 1348, right? So when I pod up and I go back in, now we're at 1500 a second. And we're on the dot of dealing 1k over 1k a bleed a second. That's why I said, remember I said I want 1k a bleed per second. I want this will hit over 14. I said this. I said all of that. This is, for me, is an insane, there's no trial set I'm putting on this dude. He'll never see a trial set. Ever. This for me is the max amount of damage I can do given the fact for what I put together for his focus. He has AoEs, but he's single target focused towards the end. Yes, I'm using an AoE finisher, but it's a 30k. It'll hit over 30k, you know, per hit. Add the bleeds, everything else. It's, you know what I'm saying? And out all those effects, his damage multiplier is fine. So, now would I put him in Reliqueen? No. There's only one build I'm using with Reliqueen. And I'll tell you guys right now, it's a bow build. It's a bow build. It's a ranged bow build. Why? Because I can use the light attacks. I can spam light attacks all day and proc up Reliqueen consistently like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's like, you know, Reliqueen's a good set. It's a great set. You know, I was still here when Relic before, you know, elsewhere. And, you know, the biggest thing for me was, you know, saying, okay, do I want to, you know, take that up or not, you know? And I used Reliqueen on another bow build, and it was great. It was amazing, you know? I'll give you a hint, though. It is a bow build. Meta doesn't exist. It's just myth. Well, it's, you know, it's about math. The meta players got great builds. They do. I'm not denouncing their builds. I'm just saying, like, to them saying they're min-maxing, they're not, because they put every class in the same setup, and they're like, well, this class doesn't perform this well compared to the class. Right, it doesn't. You're right. They're right. It doesn't. It's because they sacked them all into the same sets. And, well, you know, you're going to have different outcomes because of the passives. Right. Like, my primary damage on this is disease. I couldn't use automatons on this. I couldn't. I literally could not put him in automaton. I can use Leviathan as a base set across the board. You know, if I wanted to. If I want to. I don't know if I want to fuck with this. I think I do, but I don't have a self-heal on. If there's anybody else over here, I will fuck with it for sure. Nobody's over here. Damn it. I've just got to get to the city and then bounce. Don't do it. Don't do it, mister. I could slot it. It's tempting. It is so tempting. I'm not even going to lie. But, you know, like I said, I mean, you have different results. Zai doesn't build all of his classes the same. He doesn't. And like I said, he knows. He knows. He's my boy for life. And that's one thing why I always tell people, you know, I have always promoted Zai over any other content creator because of how he does things. You know, that's PvE. PvP, you know, all multiple. Like saying, I like saying stuff here on the tanking side. And I always promote people. So the biggest thing for me is, like, I really do like giving content creators shout outs. I prefer, you know, to give everybody, you know, love. I don't feel like it has to be a competition. You know, some people do this for a living. I get it. I really do. I'm not, this is not my living. You know, everything I make goes back into my gaming. So, like, you know, if I make some money on this, I'll upgrade my consoles, and then I will be playing on you know, a console back on this game. I'll have to buy the versions and stuff. And, you know, so I'm not making a profit. I'm just, you know, it's basically a writing it off saying, you know, I'm not making profit. Everything I make goes back into it. If I made enough, shit, I would friggin' be giving away prizes and stuff. Why? Because to me, I'm just trying to make the community, you know, I'm giving back to the community that gives me so much, right? You know, I mean, you know, but some people, this is their livelihood. It's their livelihood. So, you know. So, I mean, I get the frantic, I've got to be competitive type thing on that. And I'm usually competitive, but in this game, I'm not. I'm just giving my knowledge from this game perspective and past games.
They're most likely conducted.
So that's pretty much what I'm always trying to do. You know, I'm like, oh, you know what? Yeah. I still got to get these ones down here. I've got to get these up here. And then I've got a ton of stuff I have to unlock. So, and I've started working on my alchemy. So right here is the biggest one for me. So once I hit up to 35, which is soon, I'll be able to unlock that. Once you get medicinal use, it's 100% uptime. But, you know, I'll level it up just for the daily and stuff like that. But, and then I've got to finish leveling my blacksmithing and my woodworking and all that stuff, and then pick up some more stuff. But, yep. Good stuff. And now we're sitting at 970 on CP. By the time this event, we'll be over the 1,000 mark. Yay. We'll be over it. We'll be over that hump. But anyways, yeah. I tried to DPS test it with it because he was claiming you hit 92k on a trial dummy. In the meta setup, I was hitting 89. But with his setup, I could only pull 73 at best. With the new setup, see, that's why I don't, like, right now I don't have a test dummy on this platform. That's why I like the PTS, because I have access to test dummies. I never give out my DPS results. Ever. That's up to the players. There was one player who actually did stick up for me. I don't know who it was, but they were on the forums one time. They're like, I don't know why you guys are ragging on Mystic or something, because he's only less than 2% off of the meta players on his builds. And some of his builds even exceed. I forget who it was. It was years ago. But, you know, it's just because of math. It's just like, but I don't want to get toxic. Because it's like, you know, I could sit there and whatever, but I don't care. I'm trying to provide builds. My idea, because it's a muscle memory rotation. Just because I can get an ideal rotation on a test dummy doesn't make it viable in a dungeon. That's why I don't like to do it. And I know that from experience. You know, I know that from experience. So it's like, yes, on a target dummy, I can pull this. But because of mechanics, I'm never going to have the ideal scenario where I'm stationary. And depending on each player and their familiarity with the rotation, they might not be able to either. So the only thing I try to accomplish is a comprehensive, easy accessible. Like this build is pretty easy accessible with the exception of the bow. But you don't need the bow. I mean, you can use another, but you can do normal and get this bow. Hell, if you don't want the master bow, you could do normal maelstrom and slot a maelstrom bow on here. You know, if you wanted to, you would do less damage on single target versus this, but it would be a good substitute. Or you can just put the regular master bow. It doesn't need to be perfected. It doesn't have to be perfected. It doesn't have to be. You know, I just got it, so of course I'm going to utilize it. because, you know, it's part of the build. Does everybody need to have perfected? No, you do not. You do not. Do you need this specific bow? No, you can slot, you know, another bow if you'd like. You know, you can use a Master bow or something. But, you know, whatever. But this build is easily accessible. The Sword Dancer set isn't easily accessible. The daggers are a bitch to get. Now, I could have went with axes to increase the critical damage, right? I could have. But actually, I just wanted to stack the critical value to crit more frequently on this bar. You know, that's what I was hoping for. Because my my critical value, my crit damage is scaling from what? My max stam and my weapon damage. Right? So the higher those are, that goes up. So that's why I was able to keep the thief. You know, if it wasn't for the passives and using the Krogs, I would have had to take the lover. And in some scenarios, I still ain't hitting to the back. Because if you're angled to the front, that's not a flank. If you are at the back and you're slightly tilted, you're still at a flank position. But it's, you know, literally it's very hair trigger on that bonus. So you definitely want that pen to, you know, to hit. So I maxed out into the CP and got this. So I'm only losing a small margin, you know, in worst case scenario. And this dealing a shitload of damage. Dude, like, that's what's crazy. So 1298. Let me go over this. So 1298. Let's go ahead, pop it up. And now look at this. Oh, it's still 1298. It doesn't affect that. That's right. 1298.4. Okay. So listen. This is going to deal as much as your other usual trial sets. Or not trial sets. Monster sets. This is actually really good for what it is. For 1.2 seconds every 3 seconds, it can occur. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like, okay, you know, listen. It's hit 3 times, right? It hits 3 times in the duration. So, I mean, just do the math. 1298 times 3, right? Let's do it. 1298 times 3. That's, 3,894 damage. Now that can occur every 3 seconds. Not 8 seconds, not 6 seconds, every 3 seconds. Now, if you take another set, let's say Skeletrex, it's every 6, I think. Every 6 seconds. 6,597. Okay? So, that's 6,005. I'm just kind of putting it about pi. Now, this is every 3. So, times this set times 2. Because it's every 3. And I'm dealing 7,788 every 6 seconds. You see what I'm saying? And it's an AoE effect. It's not single target. It's not, this is an AoE. So any mobs in my way, anything in my way, boom, boom, boom. So it's really nice. It's a great set. It's always, some sets are just underplayed so much because it's not from a DLC. But yet, like, look at Leviathan. It's not from a DLC. Like, a lot of people use it. Overland sets. Mother Sorrow is not... It's an overland set. And yet it's being used by players. That's what I'm trying to say. There's a lot of value. And, you know, some sets that are overlooked or underappreciated. And the thing of what I always try to do is build accessible. Right? And I use that the values to bring players the most bang for their buck at any capacity. And then if they want to take it up a notch and they want to go ahead and use another configuration or another build, I don't get butthurt about that. It's just like, I'm just offering you guys a build that you can access at low level, like stuff, content, or normal. Put it together and you can roll it all the way up through endgame. That's the only thing I try to push out. That's the only thing I try to promote. I never say my builds are the best. I never try to, go against the grain about that. I just tell people, hey man, you can't build everybody the same. If you do, you're fucked. So I never smash anybody's build. I never say your build sucks. I don't ever say that. I'm just saying your math sucks. You're off. You're trying to build everybody the same. That don't make sense. But builds, man, everybody has their preference. But, I try to do whatever. But yeah. Like if I wanted to go infused on this one more, just a little bit, to push a little bit more base, I can. But overall, yeah, I'm really happy about this, man. I'm really happy. 61, it goes up to about 67 with the passive. I showed you guys. I'm good. I'm solid. I don't compromise base damage. Matter of fact, I increase the critical value. I'm good. I'm solid. I'm really good with this. Once we get that ring, whatever, it's going to be cherry. And then when we drink a pot for recovery, I'm just doing this for the recovery. And once we get to uptime, my recovery is going to be 22. That's good. It's solid. It's an all-around solid build. And that's what I push for. I'm always pushing for a build that's going to bring people, that is just, if someone says my build suck, I'll be like, yo, dude, I don't know what you're smoking. Never said it was the best, but I stream this bitch. Through vet content, through normal content, through different types of content. Why? Because I want to show it in play. I want people to determine, whatever. I showed the blade cloak. The deadly cloak. That bitch is hitting. This thing is smashing. It's over 14 with the pot per second. It's going to be nuts. So, yeah. What's up, Jackson? So, I want to ask what the laugh's about. Should I ask? Hey, I'm trying to be nice for once. Trying to be. Anyways, man. But as always, guys, I got to get going. I got to get some dinner. But, like I said, everybody's entitled to do whatever. I'm never going to I'm just going to provide builds that players can access, play. I'm going to play it live. It's up to them if they choose to utilize it or not. It's it's like your car, man. You're going car shopping, right? You see something you like, but it's not what you want. Can you afford it? Sometimes the best cars are underestimated. We go for the ones that we really want, and guess what? It was a piece of shit all along. Anyways, I got to get going. I'm Mr. Craven. This is Mystics MMOs. Peace.